the Hog and Gold fires in Lassen County have been pumping out a lot of smoke into the atmosphere, but how does this affect you? Action News Now meteorologist Brian Ramsey is here to answer that. Brian.
Yeah, that's right. So, we have lots of fires in the area, especially in Lassen County. But will that affect us in the valley? Will it affect you in the foothills? Or will it just affect you in the mountains? That's the real question as far as air quality is concerned. But I'm here in Chico on the roof today, and it's very sunny. It's very hot. But if you look at the sky, you can actually see it's pretty blue, but it does look a little hazy, especially if you look farther off into the distance. You can see some of the haze in that sky, kind of a grayish, whitish, brownish haze. That's actually smoke coming from the Hog fire and the Gold fire. Those are very large fires. Now, it's not affecting air quality here in Butte County or in the rest of the Sacramento Valley, not even in the foothills. Why is that? It's because the Hog fire and the Gold fire, they're happening in Lassen County in the mountains, very high in elevation. That smoke plume goes up into the air, gets carried by those upper level winds, but the smoke stays at that layer in the atmosphere. And we're basically sea level in the valley, so that smoke's going to be way, way up into the sky, not really affecting your health here in the valley. But if you're in the mountains, of course, it's going to be a big concern, especially if you're closer to the fire. So you're going to want to know what's the best time to go outside if you are near one of those fires. It's going to be the afternoon, believe it or not. Why is that? It's because during the afternoon, the sun shines on the ground, it heats up, and that hot air rises, that smoke rises, so the smoke doesn't gather on the ground. But once that sun sets, you hit nighttime, you hit the early morning hours, you got a cold bubble of air on the ground. It forms what you call an inversion layer, a kind of barrier, a wall, and it traps that smoke from rising off the ground. The fires continue to burn, maybe not as vigorously, but they're still putting off a lot of smoke, and that smoke congregates on the ground, reducing your air quality quite severely. But where can you expect air quality to be bad in your area? I actually do have a map here right now of the air quality in the entire Northern California, all the way to Lake Tahoe. You can see all the little green dots, all the little yellow dots. That's actually good for our air quality here in Northern California. But once you go into the mountain regions, I'm talking Lassen County, Plumas County, all the way down to Lake Tahoe and Reno, yeah, that smoke's getting carried south and it's getting carried east. So that is reducing air quality in those areas. If you're headed east or heading into the mountains, that will be a concern. But if you are in a smoky area, I spoke to the Butte County Air Quality Management District about that, and he has some advice for you.
If you have to be outside for a long period of time, then don't exert yourself if you don't have to. If you're out jogging, exercising, or doing really hard work, your rate of breathing goes up. So the amount of smoke that you're inhaling also goes up. So if you have to be outside, just try to do low energy work.
And smoke can exacerbate existing conditions such as COPD, bronchitis, asthma, and yes, even the coronavirus. Prolonged exposure can cause itchy, watery eyes, shortness of breath, coughing, and wheezing. Make sure if you are outside in a smoky area, especially near the Hog and Gold fires, you wear an N95 mask, not a surgical mask, and not a bandana. For now, I'm live in Chico. Meteorologist Brian Ramsey, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Brian. And if you want to smoke-proof your home, you can buy air filters with an MVRE rating of at least 13 or more, and check to make sure your home is well sealed from outside air coming in. Investigators are